You know, it's winter here, and just a few days ago we had snow, and you couldn't tell from looking around you that that's exactly what it was. You couldn't tell it's winter by the way I'm dressed because a few days ago we were in the 20s, today we're in the 70s. So things change and then you don't know what to wear. And as I was going for a walk slash run, more walk than run, today, I was thinking of how that's the way our body is too. There's so many changes sometimes going on inside of us that we don't always know how to address them. And I know that as a health counselor myself, trying to help people with information so that they can make wise decisions regarding their health, I find it a huge challenge sometimes to help others understand that the way we should look at products that we take in, natural products such as Soul, for example, is that we need to look at it very different to what we're used to. We're used to actually thinking, I have a headache, what can I take for the headache? I have a back pain, what can I take for the pain in my back? I have an infection, and no, it's not in my kidneys, it's in my lungs. So what should I take for that? And we try to be very specific because we come from a society that is very specific. We go to the doctor, and until they do not diagnose us specifically, they don't know what to give us. There is literally a medication for every specific imbalance or every specific diagnosis that they make. So the closer they get to a better diagnosis, the better the doctor feels they'll treat you if they give you a medicine. So it's almost as if, in fact it is, a medication goes attached to an illness. And because we come from such an environment, we think that that's the way we look at natural products. And sometimes we may have come from companies, other natural companies, where that's exactly the way we did it. We learned that this product was when you had this, and this other product was when you had that. And we learned that if it was a hyperactivity of that organ, we took this. And if it was an organ that was working too low, hypo, then we took that. And so we learned to deal with the body always that way. Soul is very different. When individuals come to me and tell me, what is it for? It's what illness that I have is it for? Because I have this and my friend has this and her friend has this other thing and we're all taking the same drinks. How does that work? And the reason for that is because we need to learn to look at Soul Naturals totally different than anything else we've looked at. This is a company that is based on putting together products which have adaptogens. And adaptogens are going to work very different in our body. The longer we are on adaptogens, the better we will feel. And regardless of whether you chose to take one product for one thing today, you're going to realize as you stay on it that it works in a lot of other things. And you are going to be in the Facebook experience page for Soul. If you haven't been invited, ask the person who gives you this video to invite you. And you're going to read of individuals who exactly go through that. They start taking it for this imbalance in their body, and then they find that, wow, these other things also fell right into place. That's because that's the way these products work. The way you want to look at these drinks, or the way you need to learn to look at these drinks is as something that will actually come into the body and give you the nutrition you need. And once you have the nutrition you need, which your body has been craving forever, then you're going to find that everything works in the body as it was designed to, little by little. Now, life is never at a standstill. It's always throwing things at you. So what happens is that if I start taking these products today because I have a certain illness or a certain imbalance, and I all of a sudden feel better and stop taking them, well, life keeps throwing things at me. Stress, the foods I ate aren't always good, an unexpected bill, an unexpected health issue with a friend, an unexpected parent that got sick, and the list goes on and on. And all these things, whether you notice it or not, are having an effect in your internal organs. And You may ignore a lot of them. You may not even be aware of them until they're very advanced. You may go to the doctor and get checkups and everything is fine. And I always tell people, hey, that's a good thing that everything's fine. But that doesn't mean that everything is fine. You want to look at your health preventively, because if you don't, you're going to be having a lot harder job addressing it once they find a full-blown situation or problem in you. So understand that life doesn't stand still, that you're going to have things coming in and affecting you, that your body is going to have a reaction to it, and that these drinks, as you think of them from Soul Naturals, they're just coming into your body and helping you get to where you need to be. Now, at first, you may take some of these drinks and you may find a lot of odd changes. Some people take them and they're like, wow, I have all this energy, it's great. Other people will say, I just have a general mental well-being that's incredible. I actually am not as moody as I used to be. Others will take them and will say, you know what? I think I'm a little constipated. What's going on? You're gonna get people with different reactions. Remember that it's not the moment to throw more products at them, necessarily trying to address the new symptom. It's trying to help that person understand that as you bring nutrients into your body, your organs are going to want to do something that they are designed to do, but that they hadn't been doing completely until then because they didn't have the nutrients they needed. So now they're getting it. Now they're going to work through it. So as people come to you with different situations, I'm constipated, I'm losing my appetite, or I'm getting hungrier, or I'm getting headaches, or just situations that are not always, hey, I have all this energy, I feel great, I feel awesome. They will feel that way. But at first, sometimes the nutrients come in and start. I always tell people, think of it as a balance, as a, where you put weights on. And so sometimes you'll be like this and like this before you actually level off. And so when you're doing this, you may feel some of those odd changes that you'd rather be without. They're not going to be forever. They're just a few days while you get going. Drink more water, change your eating habits, make sure you're going to sleep by 10, make sure you're taking a walk and exercising 30 to at least 30 minutes, preferably an hour every day. Make time for yourself, because sometimes we want to do so much in life and just put a little Band-Aid, like if I take these drinks, I can keep doing whatever and eating however and doing everything and life will get better. Not always. That's not the way this line is designed. So see what other changes you need to make. Can I eat a little different? Is there a way that I can maybe get off the red meat this week? Maybe if I'm fighting an imbalance or something's going on that is not the right reaction, get off all meats for that week and let your body rest so that it can catch up and absorb all these nutrients and do what it has to do, and then bring all this back in little by little. As it is, red meat shouldn't be consumed more than once a week. And I have clients who are fighting degenerative illnesses that do way better not consuming any animal protein at all. And that means not just meat, but also meat products like, for example, milk and such. So think of things that you can do different once you get on the program and you start to see things that maybe aren't exactly what you were expecting. You were expecting more positive results, and at first they're a little what you would consider negative. That might happen. When you start cleaning a house, there's a lot of clutter that you're moving around, and you may see a lot of dust and a lot of just piles of stuff as you move it along. Sometimes it looks worse as you clean it than when it does at the end. But it's all part of the process. So work with it, help your body, make the changes you need. If you're having 2 drinks and you're beginning to see some things that aren't appropriate and you may want to clean the blood a little bit more, this is an awesome product, Vertizymes, to take on an empty stomach because it cleans the blood. If you're taking these products and you're feeling like the bowels are starting to slow down more than they did before, maybe they always have all along. As you're taking them, there's more in the bowels to eliminate, but they're just still not getting it out. So, for example, somebody who takes these and tells me, gosh, I'm constipated, I may ask, what is constipation for you? Because people think that if they go once a day, they're fine. Once a day can still be constipation. You can go every day, once a day, and still be constipated because you're not actually eliminating what you should be from the body. You should be eliminating 3 times a day if you eat 3 times a day. And they should be bowel movements that fill the toilet. So when that's not happening, you may very well be constipated, even if you're having a daily bowel movement of some type. It may not be big enough. So if you start taking this and all of a sudden you're constipated, then think, well, what if, think of this, the body is trying to move more things along, but your bowels to begin with weren't doing their job anyway. So then what can I do? Well, either I start eating more raw things, more raw fruit, vegetables, drink more water, or I incorporate fiber into my diet, more of it. We need 30 grams of this a day, 30 grams of fiber, whether we're consuming it in apples and fruits and veggies, or whether we're having it like this. So a medium apple is 3 grams. That gives you an idea of how many servings you need of fruit or vegetables or vegetables. So if you're not getting it, then you want to get it from here. You get 6 grams with each serving that you get from this fiber. So figure it out so that you get the fiber you need. And if once you start adding fiber, the bowels are still not moving along, you may need a little help. The colon may be a little sluggish, and that's what Fast Track is for. It's going to help the bowels move along, and then they'll do what they have to do. And 3 a day of this, many people find that is exactly what they need. So sometimes you're doing all that and you just need a little extra. So you can get the little extra in the way you eat, or you can use other products to get you there. But always talk to the person who recommended these products to begin with, because sometimes our tendency is, oh, it's not working. And it may very well be doing an awesome job at working, but you just need to do something a little different. And do not ever forget the importance of proper sleep, going to bed before 10, exercising, a lot of water during the day, and just being consistent on your use of the products and not just giving up and turning them in. So talk to the person who gave you this video for more thoughts if you're having changes that you're not really sure what to do with. Because just like with the change in climate, we have to accommodate to it. Our body has to accommodate to a lot of the changes that go on in it. And when we give it good things, there's going to be changes that have to be made.